When you're having a sales conversation, you need to listen to what are their needs, their wants, and their fears. And then you help them to see how the thing that they want is going to be achieved faster and more easily with you than without you. Hi, I'm Caitlin Kogan-Domner, co-founder of theecstaticway.com, and today we want to take you through content, conversation, and community, and what role each one plays in your business model. The thing that is most valuable, but it is not. Your content is a way that you can start a conversation. So your content is only a commodity. Right now, the world is being inundated with more information than it knows what to do with. As you continue to project your message and share information, it's going to become less and less valuable. If what you think you're selling is information, you are going to be on a race for the bottom, where you're going to have to keep cutting your prices because you are constantly competing with everybody in the space. I guarantee what makes you unique is not what you say, it's who is saying it. You need to own your identity, not as a content creator, but as a community creator. And we're going to unpack what that means in just a minute. So if you're thinking about your business as marketing, sales, and operations, the marketing is where you're using your content. You are doing a one-directional message out to the world and inviting people in. You need to listen to what are their needs, their wants, and their fears. And then you help them to see how the thing that they want is going to be achieved faster and more easily with you than without you. Once you have this conversation and they are bought in, then we pull them into the third phase, which is community. Community is not just unidirectional, you're speaking to them. It's not just bidirectional, where you and them are talking as a one-on-one client and coach relationship. Community is where you are introducing them to one another. It's a trifold conversation where you are speaking to them, they are speaking to you, but they are also speaking to one another. When you can build deep relationship, this is why people stay. This information is where we start, but experience is where we end. So as you think about how do you want to position yourself in the marketplace, you can start by thinking about your content and what is the thing that you want to project into the world? What is your message? But what's deeper is how do you invite people into a conversation? How do you serve them through your sales? And more importantly, how do you move them into a long-term relationship by creating a community where they feel seen, heard, and understood? Because truly, the greatest need of humanity is to be seen, heard, and understood. So when you are speaking, when you are listening, and when you are understanding, this is when you have loyal, even fanatical customers for life. So a lot of people like the idea of a community, but it sounds like a lot of work to build a good community, and they're not wrong. But if you think about it, you're going to spend that same time and energy building a funnel for your marketing and your sales as you would building a flywheel of community. The difference is with a funnel, you can never take your foot off that gas. It is you driven and you sustained. With a community, it may take a little bit of effort to build that initial community, to really invest deeply in humans as humans, not as commodities, but it will pay dividends for the rest of your business's life, because the community will start to build its own momentum and it will drive your sales and your marketing for you. So if you want to build a business that makes your competition irrelevant, creates long-lasting referral customers, and gives you the lifestyle and the freedom that you want as an entrepreneur, you absolutely must create a community-based product. So let's talk about one of the best-known brands in the world and how they do all three of these things. Let's talk about Apple. So the first thing that Apple does is it has content. It's unidirectional. Now, this is its marketing, its commercials, but also its products. When you see an Apple product, you recognize it as an Apple product. This is the brand communicating with the marketplace. But the brand also invites you in. They have stores where you enter into a conversation and a dialogue. They are actively listening to their customers and iterating products in response to what they are hearing from their buyers. This is the sales conversation. But what Apple does almost better than any other brand on the planet is it creates a sense of identity with the brand and the product. You are not an Apple user. You are the Apple community. You are entering into a conversation not just with the brand, but with other brand users. It is now 3-directional. The brand is talking to you, you are talking to the brand, and you are talking to other consumers of the product and creating relationships. This is community. The Apple users are not just consumers or clients, they are evangelists, right? So in your flywheel, they are providing market research and development. They are providing the marketing because they're talking about it in their regular everyday lives. They're helping close the deal because you are waiting in line, and it's not just 7 days. I'm going to wait in line 8 days because they love it so much. So they're fighting for the opportunity to buy more of this product. And on the back end of fulfillment, they're having an experience of the brand that's allowing them to perpetuate this cycle even further. So if you want to make sure that you are building not just clients, but fanatical evangelists for your mission and your brand, I want you to focus on how do I invest in my community? How do I facilitate not just conversation with them, but with each other? How do we create a sense of identity around this message in the marketplace so that people are happy to raise their hand and not say, I use, but I am this thing, and create a movement, not just a marketing message. And as a result of this fanatical focus on their community, Apple no longer has competition. Their competitors are copycats, and you might discover that as well. That when you do something that is really transformational and mind-blowing for your clients, there will be people in the marketplace who try to copycat you. So in the same way that Apple is never going to be worried about competing with outsiders, they're only going to be competing internally to see how they can continue to iterate and innovate within their brand mission and promise. Similarly, you will never have to worry about competition ever again. And the only thing you should be worried about is how do you become the best version of yourself in your progress. So we talked about content, which is a commodity, and it's not going to make sure that you are unique in the marketplace. Your content invites them into a conversation. This is where you get to close the deal. But you want to take it deeper, and you want to build a community so that people are fanatical about the experience that you are creating. So now that you know how community makes competition irrelevant, check out our video, how to create your 8-figure community so you can do this for yourself. And subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.